So I just played the game Stray for the first time all the way through on the PS5. I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is probably one of the better indie games I've played because of pretty much every aspect of it, from the movement of the cat, the fact that it's a cat in general and actually has cat-like reflexes and does cat things, the fact that it's in a cyberpunk city with the neon lights and the Neo Tokyo, New York made up aesthetic. You're trapped in some kind of enclosed place that's kind of like, reminds me of Fallout, even though I didn't even play the Fallout games. That's pretty much what the vaults are to my limited knowledge of that series. But anyway, we're going to talk about all the awesome stuff to do with this game so far. I'm going to save all the spoilers until the end. So if you don't want to watch the spoilers, I'll let you know. Just don't watch the very end. Okay, right off, probably one of my most favorite things about this game is the score. So the soundtrack's super awesome. It reminds me of the game Limbo, maybe the kind of lo-fi, industrial, synth wave type music, which is really awesome. Also kind of reminds me of that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score stuff that they have done for a few movies. Most notably would be, I guess, that movie Soul. So super awesome for that. I wish there was like a pack-in version of the game with the soundtrack, preferably on vinyl, which would be really cool. There is a vinyl that exists out there. I don't know if it's still available, but there is that. So one of the things right off, I thought you could have an attack in this game, kind of like Simba and the Lion King in the Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo game, because I thought you were going to have to attack those Zerk creatures, but it turns out you just kind of run from them. So without getting into spoilers on what those Zerk creatures really are, basically they're just these creatures that eat, apparently, flesh, which is the cat, and they also eat the robots. I really like the robots in this. They kind of remind me of, I don't know, they kind of look like they would fit into the WALL-E movie, but then again, this whole game is pretty much the WALL-E movie because of the trash everywhere and the fact that there's no humans in this, and everything is just kind of remnants of what once was, however many years in the future this is. Lots of YouTube channels have gone into depth on actually what's going on there. I think this game's overall better than Cyberpunk because it actually has an engaging story with like the regular NPCs and everything that's going on here all kind of goes together. Yes, it's a very small game. No, this isn't some giant, vast game made by some huge company. But it feels like it has more heart and more love was put into this than was put into that game for sure with all the non-playable characters. Also, I was very surprised it's not just a kiddie game. A lot of people probably come into this thinking it's a cute cat game. At the very beginning, you're walking around in the grass and you're rubbing on cats and you're sleeping with cats and you're meowing and you're jumping around and walking on pipes and all this. So that's what you pretty much think the game is, which is kind of neat. But once you get into the really nitty-gritty stuff, when you start meeting all of these robot companions that have never seen a cat before, it turns out to be really cool because you get to go on mini quests with them and you're avoiding like security cameras. You're also kind of sabotaging things, a little bit of hacker stuff, hacker from a cat perspective, which is really super neat, walking across keyboards and all that. But overall, this whole game is just from the cat's perspective. You don't know why the humans are gone. There's no other mention of any other species of mammals or reptiles or anything. It's just the robots and you. So it's pretty much up to interpretation and up to just talking to people and reading dialogue on walls and stuff. I definitely think this game reminds me most of Okami because of the way the cat moves and the way the cat can still meow and doesn't have any dialogue, because in that game the wolf does not speak. The little sprite that's riding on your back in the sun, he's the one that speaks, and it's his text on the screen, which is exactly how B12, the little robot that's in the backpack of the cat, That's how that is. So because of those two things, I really think it's a lot like Okami. So pretty much you're trying to find all the memories that involve B12, which kind of explains what happens to the humans, why the robots are here, and what's going on. I didn't find all the memories the first playthrough. Definitely didn't find everything. So if you really want to know what happened to the humans and what all's even going on with the read between the lines kitty cat perspective of this game, we're going to go ahead and go into the spoilers section. So this is spoilers. Pretty much everyone that was human was wiped out by some sort of plague. B12 was a scientist that was working on preserving his or her, don't know the gender of the scientist, preserving the memory and putting it into these robots so it can survive this plague. It doesn't really say what year you're in. There's a few things you read on the wall that are like 1,000, million, billion, trillion. There's a couple of commas in there, so it's a couple trillion years into the future, but that's kind of up to debate and up to speculation. You have to watch some other YouTube channels on that for sure. It also explains the plants that are growing that the robots are taking care of because they please the humans and they think that would help them in some way, but they don't understand why. The plants also grow without sunlight because there's no sun, because you're in a big capsule thing. So there's something going on there. Everything that the robots do seems to reflect human life, like getting a haircut, watering the plants. They have certain fashion, certain clothes they think look stupid on other ones. Just little things like that, but they still have all the robot things. But they also can get drunk and they can eat stuff, which I thought was really neat. Eat stuff as in like the bowl of wires. But I guess it's like battery acid and memory cards or motherboards or something is what it looks like. I think that's really neat aspect of the game. I don't know how they get drunk. I'm not really sure what's going on there and why there's bars, but all that's up to interpretation. Once you get to the top, you're trying to open the lid, essentially, of the capsule thing you're in. That really super nice, clean place that's like the opposite of WALL-E. The WALL-E movie when he's on Earth with all the trash. Whenever he goes into space and everything's nice and all the humans are there, all the little fat chubby humans. It kind of reminds me of that, except for there's still no humans here. All the robots no longer address you as little furball or little fuzzy or you're a neat looking creature. They just refer to you as citizen number 45678 or whatever the number is. So, and then they just say that their task is painting the wall or cleaning the window or whatever, and if you have any complaints you need to go into this room, which is obviously the hint to open the door and go into that room. You do what cats do best, and you also hack the computers, or B12 does. And the ending is so up to interpretation. B12 risks his life, and short circuits are possibly goes into the ether. I'm not really sure what happened there. The cat's really kind of freaking out and then you just kind of go to sleep with it all peaceful. The lid opens up and then you finally want to go see your cat friend buddies that you saw at the beginning of the game. I thought the whole premise of the game was to see the cat buddies. We fought the Zerks, we fought the creepy eyes, we fought all the sentinels, or we dodged them. Maybe some of them died, but mostly we just dodged them. Like Metal Gear Solid, trying to dodge things and not be spotted. But it's all the robots that were there don't even acknowledge that the sun has come out or anything, and I don't even understand that. I guess because they're just the original robots. They're basically Roombas and cleaning droids and stupid stuff like in iRobot, but what they originally were created for, which was just mundane tasks like doing the laundry and going to pick up your package at the post office. So when you finally go out into the grass, you smell the sky, the wind, and the trees and everything. But you don't even get to see the cats. You don't even get to see the cats. That's my number one complaint in this game. You don't get to see the cats. At the end, your family Are they even alive? Is there any other animals? What's going on here? And also that you don't get to customize your cat just like different colors. I mean, like a black cat or a silver tabby or a calico or a tortie or something would be nice. I know modding community on Steam or on whatever, they're gonna mod the heck out of this game. They already have. But overall, that's my thoughts on the game. Let me know, what year do you think it takes place in? What do you think really happened to the humans? And did you like this game? I thought it was going to be a launch game for the PS5, but I guess it wasn't. So, also, what other games did it make you or remind you of? Like me, it reminded me of Okami, a little bit of Lion King from Sega Genesis, maybe even a little bit of like Spyro on the PS1, or just some kind of adventure game like that. I definitely would recommend also playing the Kirby Forgotten Land game, because I'm playing that as well, and both of these games take place in a futuristic, I guess, cyberpunk. I don't know. There's no humans in that either, so just let me know. Hopefully, everybody likes videos like this. I haven't done anything like this in a long time. I've redone all my editing software and stuff, so I'm still kind of testing this out. Rate and subscribe, since nobody subscribes to this channel ever, and I'll see everybody later.